Hope lives here at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, and that hope has made miracles happen for 5-year-old Sammy Crocker. 2 years ago, Sammy was lost in a quick-moving fire that engulfed his family's home in a matter of minutes. As his father, Darryl, desperately searched for Sammy, the usually energetic and talkative little boy was hiding in silence.
He got quiet, very quiet, so too quiet. I couldn't find him. I just couldn't find him.
Shortly after firefighters arrived, Sammy was rescued, but his long fight was just beginning.
They thought he was going to leave us because of his oxygen level was very low, okay, to his brain, and they just didn't think he was going to survive.
Miraculously, Sammy survived, but suffered severe burns over 60% of his body, and as a result, needed to have both legs amputated.
He's been through a lot, certainly has. Yeah, and the surgeries, I can't remember how many. So many.
In Sammy's young life, he's been through countless hours of therapy and rehabilitation and over 25 procedures, the most recent known as tissue expansion. Dr. Kirshner is Sammy's surgeon at Children's Hospital, a national leader in pediatric plastic surgery and burn reconstruction.
Sammy had fairly extensive burns on the back of his scalp, and in order to reconstruct that area, we need additional hair-bearing scalp skin to cover the area when we remove the scar. So several months ago, we placed balloon expanders beneath the scalp to start to stretch the skin that has the hair. And he's undergone a several-month period of what we call tissue expansion to stretch that skin. When he comes back this week, we'll remove the tissue expanders, remove the scar, and then use that additional skin to reconstruct the back of his scalp.
Through it all, Sammy continues to work hard 5 days a week at Children's Seashore House with a team of physical and occupational therapists.
He's a sponge of information. He's funny because he's got all the medical lingo down and will give you explanations of the balloons that are in his head. They would inject saline into them each week, so each week they'd get a little bigger. And so every week he'd come in and pull his hat off and say, "Look at my head." And it would get bigger and bigger every week.
Sammy has also adjusted quite well to wearing a special burn suit, which he'll need to wear 23 hours a day for the next several years. This compression garment helps flatten Sammy's scars, dramatically improving their appearance.
I think the kids just adapt better to the compression garments, because when I've heard adults talking about it, it sounds like it's absolute torture. But the kids, you know, they get into it. They enjoy picking colors. He just picked his new colors. He picked orange with black stitching, and then a blue with purple stitching. He also has some fine motor problems because of the severity of the burns on his left arm, forearm, and hand. He doesn't have full use of his left hand, and because of the amputations, he works on ambulation and physical therapy.
2 surgeries later, Sammy is looking good, back to walking again, and ready to take on a new goal, going to kindergarten this year.
Sammy's story is a miracle at multiple levels. I mean, he sustained a very, very severe burn injury that, for all practical purposes, could have taken his life. So he's a survivor, for one. And not only did he get through the acute phase of this, but then he had a very, very difficult reconstructive mountain to climb. He had lost both of his legs, he had very severely disfiguring scars, and any of this could have set him back, even after he survived his injury. And yet, he's managed to come through it all, and it really is a miracle in that we now have him walking and functioning like a normal kid, and again, his spirit's unbroken.
It's been a long haul, and Sammy's dad has been with him every step of the way.
Sammy's dad is incredibly dedicated to getting Sammy to every single appointment, to doing anything and everything he has to give Sammy as normal a life as he possibly can. I think Sammy's going to go to regular classroom and be with regular kids, and, you know, I think he's going to go on to do great things, honestly.
When I think of Sammy, there's, William Wordsworth once wrote, "The child is father of the man." These kids have a lot to teach us, just in the way they come through remarkable adversity. And Sammy's spirit's just amazing.
Yeah, this character will definitely take him through all this trauma and whatnot. It's a thing where he looks at you and says, "What next?" You know, that kind of mentality. Sammy's okay. He's all right. So that's my boy.
Excellent. Good job. You think you're ready for the bus stop?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
That's a big one.
That is a big one.